What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel on this beautiful Sunday. What? Wow, it's Friday. I was gonna say Monday. No, it's Friday. On this beautiful it's, you know what day it is. So today I'm back with another loft video, another apartment loft video in an actual apartment. Yes, it isn't no random building that I just come up with. No, it's an actual apartment complex. You know what I mean? Yeah, isn't that cool? I don't know. I the last few days I've just been envisioning me creating this apartment, should I say, in The Sims 4, using this actual lot that we're in. I didn't really know how it was going to turn out because I always envisioned it like I wanted to make a loft, you know, but I wanted to be in an apartment, to say. So I've always envisioned how I wanted it to look, but I never really could figure out how I was going to make it. Because no matter how, because honestly, your imagination can only do you for so long, you know? It can only take you so far. So I was always very curious on how it's all going to turn out. But honestly, I'm shook. I'm shook on how good it turned out at the end. I got stuck, I won't lie. This apartment was hectic. Also want to quickly state that the video to begin with is going to be a little bit choppy. My software wasn't working at the time, which you're seeing by now because it's all over the place. So I apologize for that, but hopefully throughout the video it will start getting better. Hopefully by the second half or so it should be getting better. But if it is choppy, do not mind, just for now at least. But yeah, when I was making this apartment, I honestly didn't know what way I was gonna go. I know you guys won't see it, but I have the kitchen downstairs and the layout upstairs. I have been working on it for so long, so long. I have cut the video and I started again, and I've cut the video and started it again, just like to create new ways, because like I said before, I envisioned how this place was gonna look and I wanted it to be perfect. In that sense, I wanted it to be how I thought I was gonna be in my mind. But sadly, nothing ever is exactly what you think it's gonna be. Everything is not what it's. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but it's Friday. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I really wanted, I focused a lot on this build, on the design aspect, and so I couldn't. So it took me a long time to figure this out. So even though you guys aren't seeing this, I did put a lot of effort into this. So this is definitely one of those builds that I'm like, pat on the back for the creativity. But I hope you guys do enjoy it. I don't know how I will publish this to the. Oh god, that hurt my eyes for a second there. Like I said, guys, do pardon the lag. It's just my software. It should be fixed by the second half. Wow, it's pretty bad. I kind of want to crop this out, but I'm not going to because I want to show you guys how it's all built, you know? It sucks because I never really get this kind of a lag, but we'll have to deal with it. Lag little by little, y'all can hold on for me, right? I know lag sucks, but I can't do anything about it right now. But yeah, I forgot my train of thought. Oops. I totally forgot what I was going to talk about. But I can't really, like I said before in all my builds, I don't really have a theme for this build. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, talk about how you came about building this, what was your ideas, what were your plans, and all that good stuff. Honestly, I don't have any. I just put, I'm being completely honest with you guys. I say this all the time, but I'm being completely honest with you. I put 2 and 2 together and it makes 3. It doesn't actually, but in my head it does. But no, I put designs together and it just comes out looking good, you know? I don't really do it in a sense to have okay, it's gonna look like the kitchen's gonna be this color and all that. Like I said before, it took me a while to actually perfect this. So even this upstairs was a mess. I have to go upstairs and fix all of that, and have to fix that up. It was a mess. But I'm a very random person. I don't really have ideas when I make it. I just have a little, I want to make a loft today, and then I just go by that, and then the loft is creative. But it takes a lot more time for me to actually plan out the layout and all that good stuff. So I don't really have a lot to talk about in that sense. But what I am going to talk about today is the continuation of my current household story. You guys seem to be really enjoying that story, and there's a lot we need to talk about. again. So if you are new to this, I am actually going to be doing like a little talk series about my current household, because I've done some crazy stuff with that current household. I played with them for about a year and 3 years. Oh my god, 3 years and a few months. 3 years and a month and a half. It'll be 3 years I've been playing with this family, and so I thought I'd go back and just talk to you guys about what the crazy things I've done, so maybe it inspires you guys in your guys' story play, your gameplay. Maybe can give you guys some ideas and all that good stuff. And I thought it'd just be a fun story to tell you guys, because I've done some crazy stuff with the Sims 4 game. Pretty crazy. But yeah, so pretty much where we left off was we were in this we just began the 3rd generation, which was Zoli. The 1st generation was Skylar, who was the youngest of 2 siblings, of 3 siblings. She's the youngest. And then Skylar had a daughter named Sophia. And then Sophia had Zoli. So in the last part, so Sophia pretty much ran away from home because she was pregnant with her mother's crush at the time. Teenage pregnancy. She pretty much slept with the dude because she wanted to get back at her mom. But now she's a full-fledged parent. So and then she had Zoli, and then Zoli pretty much aged up. So now we're gonna get back into Zoli's story. So right now we're going back to where Zoli was just becoming an adult, where she just became an young adult. Her mom Sophia was struggling. She was dating a bad guy at the time. I think it was Don Lothario. I think it was Don Lothario. Yeah, I think it was him. She was dating Don Lothario, I'm pretty sure. And it wasn't the most healthy relationship, you know. He kept on like introducing her to bad things, drugs, and all these other stuff that she shouldn't be doing at her age, or at all in a sense. But like, I don't know, I guess she was addicted to just feeling the love for him, that she just didn't care, you know. And so it kind of had them drift apart. She stopped like hanging out, like Zoli stopped hanging out with her mom, and so they kind of drifted apart. And so after she became a young adult, she said to move out with her 2 best friends, Rain and Sophia, was her? No, Stephanie. I think it's Stephanie. Is it Stephanie? It starts with an S. I can't remember what it is, but it starts with an S. I'm gonna call her Stephanie, but I don't think her name is Stephanie. But anyways, she had to hang out with those 2 people, so they moved out. And then one day she ended up meeting this guy named Andy at a party. And it was kind of, it was love at first sight for her, but he couldn't like get in a relationship at the time, because he actually, at that time, I was playing with another current household, and I just accidentally was playing with the current household in that save file. So pretty much what happened at that time with Andy, he was in the midst of losing, he was with another woman at the time, and they were in the midst, they had a baby together, and then, but what happened was the baby got taken away when he was young, and he got stolen pretty much, and so the baby was lost, and so it kind of put a drift between Andy and his fiance at the time, and so they kind of separated. So Andy was kind of like, he was a mess at that time, you know, he lost his son. It was a hard time for him. And so when he met Zoli, though, they kind of had that connection, you know. She was able to like comfort him and be there for him, and even though the relationship took a long time to bloom into what it is now, it was very sweet. And I will say though, it has to be one of the truest relationships I've ever had in The Sims 4, because it never ended up getting divorced. Like with me and my gameplay, my Sims end up dying alone, like single all the time. I am one for that. Like most of the generations, you'll see that they get divorced, or the spouse dies, or some other BS happens. So I do warn you that they don't all have happy endings, but Zoli and Andy do. So like I said before, they just were getting to know each other, feeling each other out, and they started falling in love with each other. It was really sweet. I actually really enjoyed playing them. Zoli is my favorite character of all time, even though has the least amount of drama. It was very much fun. She was a very outgoing character. She was very wanky, very playful, very fun. And she actually at the time joined this dance crew also. And so she was in this dance crew. And then at the time, though, when she was in the dance crew, she went to go visit her mom, and she found out that her mom had a son. Oh, well, she had 2 kids. Her mom had an older daughter. Her name was, I forget her name. I don't play with her. But she had, she found out she had a younger brother. His name was Cliff. And she wasn't the best parent to Cliff, you know. Cliff was very skinny. You could tell he was very like he wasn't getting the nutrients that he needed. And so she kind of took it upon herself to like adopt him. She actually had a huge argument with her mom saying, no, you gotta fix yourself because if not, I'm taking Cliff away. And she gave her some time and that never worked out. So she ended up adopting Cliff, her little brother, herself, and kind of raising him as a teenager, from a teenager up. No, raising him from a teenager up, started raising him. And so they moved out and they moved into this, if you guys remember back, you guys remember when, I am so wow, I am so sorry. I'm sorry about that. But if you guys remember when Get Together came out, Paulo, Eva, you know, those three, Malcolm, they all lived in that like warehouse. That's where Zoli and Andy migrated. They ended up living there for a little bit, and they ended up having 2 kids, who's my second favorite character, which is Christella and Isaiah. At that time I was addicted to the name Isaiah. I named so many Sims at the time Isaiah. So they had another son, and I think his name was Isaac, but I was supposed to name him Isaiah, but I changed it to Isaac because I realized that his yeah, you know, I already named someone Isaac in that family anyway. So moving on. So they ended up having 2 kids, and they are raising Cliff. And then, like I said before, Zoli ended up joining this like breakdancing team, this dancing team. And then what happened was Cliff ended up dating the leader of them. Even though the age gap was crazy, they ended up getting married. It was very sweet. And they ended up having 2 twins named Blair and Blair was one of them. What was the other one's name? Blair and what? Blair and Selena. Very cute twins. They actually came out looking pretty decent. Not decent, but very good when they aged up. So they ended up having 2 kids. Don't remember Cliff's wife's name, honestly. I don't remember every single one of my Sims' name, but they ended up getting married. And so Zoli's, like I said, Zoli's story was very much drama free. It was pretty legit. Her and Andy lived together for a long time until sadly Andy passed away from old age. But before he passed away, if you guys remember back a few minutes ago, I told you guys that he had a kid that magically disappeared. Well, later on, a few years later on the road, before he became an elder, he actually ended up finding his son. I think his name was Zayden. He ended up finding his son, and then like he had that relationship, so that really kind of benefited. And so I thought I'd tell you guys that, even though he was never really a part of the Phillips legacy, I just thought I'd tell you guys that he ended up finding his son. And I think he actually ended up marrying Candy. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. But anyways, now back onto the drama part of the Phillips. So if you guys remembered back, well, no, first let me just start. So you guys remember that they had, if you remember, Zoli had 2 kids. So he had 2 kids, which were Isaac and Christella. So Christella was growing up, very good kid, had great grades, not that much friends as her mom, but she had friends in that sense. But yeah, growing up very good. So now, fast forwards, Christella, which is Zoli's child, is in pretty much at the end of high school, and the Phillips started to get into like some very big trouble. If you guys just do remember, back in the day, you have to go back to the first video. I told you guys you have to remember this because you have to go back to the first video, pretty much when Skylar was married to that douchebag, but then she ended up killing her in-laws. So pretty much, if you guys remember, I told you that her ex-husband had a boo thing, and they ended up having kids. And so what happened was the kids of the boo thing pretty much grew up with this rage toward the Phillipses, like how they took everything. They kind of like, you know, figured out that Skylar drugged their grandparents, or drugged her Skylar's ex-husband's parents, they kind of figured out that she drugged them, and so they're kind of out for revenge. So what happened was they took it upon themselves to go back and like, you know, get revenge for their family, and so they ended up getting Zoli in jail. Like Zoli went to jail for like, I don't know, they just found a way to put the Phillips in jail, and they lost a good amount of money to that with all the court cases. And so because of that, Cristela kind of turned evil, to say, you know. She kind of felt like the world, like she was wronged in a sense, that her mom had taken away from her because they just never had the money, you know. She realized that the world ran on money, and so she decided that she was gonna get them back, you know, like fight fire with fire. So she was out for revenge. All that good, the girl that she was, kind of went flying through the window, and not evil, but the manipulative, smart, and cunning woman that she could be came out to shine. And I really had a lot of fun playing with her story. It got really in depth. So I'll tell you guys the first part because I won't be able to get really in depth with this part because, you know, the build's about to end. But so pretty much right after Zoli went to jail, she realized that, like I said, she needs to get revenge, and so she kind of like went on a full like 1-year search on like researching all about that, like the family that set them up, like how to get them up, what their net worth was, who are they close to. Like she went in depth. She found out all of their, like, you know, all of the details to their lives. You know, she pretty much knew them like a book. And so the day that she decided to put her plan to like action was the day she turned into a young adult. She like cut her hair off. She went from brunette to blonde. Like she went super cognito, and she kind of joined this like sugar daddy type of thing, you know, where older guys hook up with younger girls, just, you know, because she realized that money runs everything, and she never had money, you know. Like I said, they lost a lot of money with the lawsuits and all that, so she needed money, and so the best way to do it is to marry rich. So she kind of became like a black widow in a sense, you know. She would marry, her plan was to marry the old, kill them, kill them. Yeah, kill them. She was planning to kill them and then take their money and pretty much go by that. And then she ended up finding her first victim at the gym, and it was kind of okay, for him it was quote unquote love at first sight, but for her it was money at first sight, you know. He was interested in her. She pretty much knew, like, guys, when I say she planned everything out, she planned everything out. She went to a gym where rich people were out, so she kind of knew the person that was talking to her. She knew that the guy was rich. She knew that she can get income from it. She pretty much planned out, like, okay, if I be with this guy, what could I get from it, you know? Can I get like a title? Can I get money? Can I get fame? Is he famous? Is he this? Is he, like, does he have any kids? Like, she knew everything. She planned this thing out. She was the meaning of a black widow. It was kind of crazy. I had so much fun playing with her. And so she met this dude, it was all good, and then she fell in love with him. Without knowing it, she fell in love with the dude. But then she realized that for her mission to go well, she has to kill him. And so she was kind of like going back and forth. Do I kill him? Do I not? Do I kill him? Do I not? She didn't know what to do at that point. She was stuck. But then she decided that, you know what? It's for her grandma, her mom. She's in jail, she's rotting, and every time she just thought of her mom being in jail, all that anger for that family just came to light, and she knew she had to kill him. And so she did that. She went out and she tried to kill him, but let's just say a huge mistake happened that kind of altered her whole plan. And I'll get into that, what happened to Cristela, in the next part. So anyways, I hope you all did enjoy that. I do apologize if this part was a bit confusing. I do admit I'm terrible at explaining things, but I try my best. But anyways, guys, I hope you all do enjoy this. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course I'll talk to you guys on the flip side as always. Stay tuned for part number 2. The CC will be linked down below for y'all, so go check that out. And I'll talk to you guys on the flip side as always. I love y'all so much. I'm out, guys. Deuces. Peace. Bye. Bye guys. I love you. I'm so cheesy.